patient. The prisoner came in to take vital sign and locked her in. So they were in there together. You go in and then they'll just attack you and hold you hostage. She's so ugly. What are you doing in the UK? Even the terrorists, they have their own house specially for terrorists. There are some. Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you.
How would you feel if you pick a shift as a prisoner in a maximum security prison? On today's episode, I'm interviewing Scholastica. She has a YouTube channel as well. I'll leave the details in the description so you can head over. She's a nurse like myself, and this girl was bold enough, to pick a shift in a maximum security prison here in the UK, and today she's going to share everything that happened. The thing is, after that one shift, she quit. She stopped. She did not go there again. So let's see if her experience is going to push you to try it, or it's going to prevent you from ever taking a shift in a prison. Okay, let's get into the video. But before we do, let me give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Lemonade Finance. I just want to say a big thank you to Lemonade Finance for sponsoring today's video. So if you don't know what Lemonade Finance is a money transfer app that allows you to send money from the UK and Canada to 10 different African countries. At the moment, you can send money from UK or Canada to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Cameroon, to Senegal, to Rwanda, to Ivory Coast, to Benin, to Uganda, to all these countries for free. Whatever amount you're sending is the amount the person is going to get. You can send it to their mobile money account or you can send it to their bank account, and it's so fast and it's so convenient, and they have no hidden charges. You'll not be charged for the transfers. That's so great, guys. The person gets the money instantly. Their rates are the best on the market at present. And if you're not in UK or you're not in Canada, so you're wondering how this could be of benefit to you, don't worry. I have inside gist that Lemonade Finance will be launching in other European countries and in the US very, very soon. And trust that immediately they do that, I'll be the first to let you know. You can download Lemonade Finance on either an iPhone or an Android phone, whatever you use. And then I'll leave a link in the description so that you can easily download using the link in the description. Also, when you're transferring money with Lemonade Finance app, don't forget to use the referral code Nanelle. When you do that, you get 10% of the money you're transferring back into your account. Don't forget to use the referral code before you initiate the transfer, okay? So when you use Nanelle and you send £100, you get 10% back. So when you use Nanelle and then you send £200 to friends and family back in any of these 10 countries, you get £20 back. But don't forget, it's capped at £50, okay? Send money using Lemonade Finance and let me know what you think in the description. Thank you so much, Lemonade Finance, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to the main reason why I clicked on today's video. Thank you. So hi, wonderful family. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Today I have here somebody I'm sure most of you already know, Scholastica. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your second name. I'm not sure. I'll let it be. Scholastica and I have loads of things.
Just call me Scholar. It's easier. Everybody battles to pronounce Scholastica. Scholar is easier.
Okay. So Scholar and myself, we have loads of things in common. We are both nurses in Northern Ireland. We are both from West Africa. She's from Nigeria. I'm from Ghana. We are both YouTubers and we are both in Northern Ireland. Although I am in Belfast and she is far, far away. I tried to actually go to her house to film this because she's in Northern Ireland so that it wouldn't be another, interview via online. But when I saw her address, God, I had to say that, no, please let me do it like this. We got married around the same time. We gave birth around the same time. God loves us,
Yeah. And we are both Libras.
Yes. And then also, there's another thing. Okay, but you have a daughter and I have a son. Yes, and we work for the same company. And we came through the same agency. Yeah, so we have loads of things in common. Guys, I'll leave a link to Schola's channel in the description so you can head over. She has so much good content. She's one of the overseas nurse YouTube channels I personally watch often. I like her channel. And then I'll leave a screenshot of how her channel looks like on the screen so you can have a look as well. But today we're going to talk about an adventure she had. She's so bold. She picked a shift as a prisoner one time in her life. For those who are thinking of going into that, or for those who have always wondered how it is like, she's going to share her experience with us today. So Scholastica, I have introduced you already. But if there's anything I left out, you can mention it. And then we'll just go into, the meat of the whole video. So yes, tell us, how long have you been in the UK?
I've been in the UK since 2019, so this is my 4th year now.
So almost 4 years now. What at all made you bold enough to pick a shift As a prison nurse in the UK, what made you wear from that carriage? Like,
I'm a Nigerian. We are hustlers.
no.
So I want the adventure. Anything that will make me make more money, I'm up for it. Just sign me up for it immediately. So when I got to the UK, I registered with an agency. And this agency, they just give you shifts, like locum jobs. So you pick up shifts and then you go do your work. They pay you extra pay. So my agency got in contact with me and they were like, they are looking for somebody that they'll send to the prison as a prison nurse.
Hey.
At first, I thought of it prison. I've never been to the prison. Then I was like, oh, I just started YouTube. If I go to the prison, I'll have a story to tell. So I said, yeah, I'm available. Sign me up. And then we went through the whole checks. They asked for a lot of documentations because, it's the prison. They don't want anybody to maybe free their prisoners or something. So that was how I found myself in the prison.
Wow. Wow. First of all, how much did they promise to give you per
They
hour?
did not even say. They did not say how much. They just said it's an enhanced pay. If I had known, see, when I got my pay slip later, if I had known they were going to pay that much, I would have I would have gone for another shift. Seriously.
Really?
I would have gone for another shift if I had known they would pay that much.
How much did they pay, if you don't mind?
They paid almost £500 for that one shift.
Wow.
Seriously. For that one shift.
How many years ago?
That should be in 2021, thereabouts. I think it was around when COVID was just coming.
So if it was £500 for that shift, how much was like the hour rate? Can you remember?
Oh, I did not calculate it. Usually, I just go to the net pay. I don't even look at the gross. I just go to the net pay. If I look at the gross, I'll be discouraged.
Yeah.
So I just look at what I'm going to take home.
Okay. Let's talk about the morning of the shifts of the people. When you were dressing up, how were you feeling? And when you got there, when you saw the building, first of all, back in Nigeria, had you already visited a prison before?
Nope, never.
The first prison experience.
Never, exactly. The only thing I knew about prisons was what I was watching online. I've watched Prison Break, so I know, like, I have a little idea of what to expect. But I was expecting it to be like maybe a small clinic or something, that they would just have sick bays and then you have a nurse there. But when I went there, it was different. What they had was a room inside the main prison. And this prison is a high maximum security prison.
Yeah.
Yes. And they had, I think, 970 prisoners. So it was huge. It was really huge. And then I was not even driving. So that morning when I was getting ready, I was looking at how we get there. Because these prisons, they are not even around where people live. They are inside. So I took the train. I think it took me over 1 hour to get to the train station first. Then from there, I had to take another taxi that was going into the prison. So I spent a lot of money getting there. I was already discouraged when I even got there because of the distance. So I was discouraged already. When I got there, the security officer at the gate, they wanted to see all my documents. They did not even allow the taxi man drive in. They said I had to walk inside. So after showing them everything, they gave me a tag, visitor, and then I had to trek inside. Inside the building is so intimidating. Oh my God. There's just high fences, dogs. There was a cage. I guess that's where they keep the dogs, that maybe if you run away, the dogs will smell you and chase after you. So they just had like a big cage with dogs barking. When I entered, it was the dogs I even saw first. They just started barking. I didn't even know who to ask. Everybody around me, they were men, and most of them, they were driving in. So I just started walking down until I got to a building. So in my timesheet, they told me where I was going to, but I could not see anywhere where it was written that this is where you are going to. So it was just men. I could not see any female to ask. So after trekking for like 15 minutes inside this prison, I got to where I was looking for. And then when I got there, they did not even allow me to enter. They said, since it's my first time here, somebody has to take me to where I'm going to. So I had to wait there first for another, I don't know if she was a nurse. A lady just walked by and she said she's going to my direction. So we went together. Then starting of the shift.
First of all, wait. Those that don't know what a maximum security prison is, it is a prison with like as the name says, maximum security for hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Did they tell you are going to work in a maximum security prison?
No, they just
They
told
just
me
told
a
you.
prison.
And
They
as a
just told me a
Nigerian you
prison.
are.
I don't even know what I was expecting.
Oh my God. Interesting. Okay, so the lady took you to where you were going. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she took me there and then she left.
So before you entered, did they do any checks?
Yes. When I got to the main gate, there
Uh-huh.
was like a big station just for security alone. So you have to present your ID card, then they will do like this their screening. After doing that, they will give you like a thumb print something for you to thumb print. I don't even know what all these machines are called, but you put your finger and then you try to like press it in. They'll get it. You look through the camera. They'll take your
Ah,
eye scan just to enter inside, and then you have to pass a big door. That door was very annoying because every time you go through the door, it will look as if the thing wants to pierce you. Every time you go through that door, it's like it's just going round. So you go inside before you enter, and then when you even enter, it's like before you enter each door, before you enter each room, you have to go through security scanning.
wow.
Yeah, you have to go through security scanning to make sure that you are not a terrorist coming to free somebody.
Wow. Eye scanning, all your fingers being printed, like
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
just to enter the prison, and then your ID card. The stress is
And they
discouraging.
do this every day. Let's say if you become like a regular.
Every day, yes, every day, no matter how long you've been working there, because everybody went through it. So it was not just me. It was just that I was the only one looking like a novice.
And when you're leaving as well, do they do any checks when you're
The
leaving?
same thing. When you're leaving, the same thing. As soon as you pass through that place, you won't even be able to proceed. They'll tell you to just wait for somebody going to your direction. They won't allow you to walk on your own anyway. Even as a nurse, there was one time that we were transferring our trolley from one room to the next room. A police officer had to go with us.
Hmm.
Even if it's just from this door to the next door, somebody must follow you. Only you cannot just go on your own.
That's a very tense environment. That's a very tense
Yeah,
environment.
very. So many police officers in one place. I don't think I've ever been in that kind of situation.
Environment before.
So where they hand over, it's just like a conference room. All the nurses, everybody, they come together and then they hand over. The prison facility is divided into different sections, so they call them houses. So they'll just allocate you to different houses. Maybe two of you are going to house A, this other to house B. So after handover, very short handover, I don't even know they're handing over. It's not as if they don't even admit anybody there. It's just like acute setting. It's like first aid, yeah. Let me say it like that. First aid. So that's what they even do there. They assigned me to one nurse that is supposed to do my induction. I was actually going for night shift. I was supposed to do night shift. But
Okay.
they said I have to do 2 days induction on day shift first before starting my night shift. So I went with this nurse and she was the one that even put the nail in the coffin. She just discouraged me totally. Like, what am I looking for in the prison? Are you not too young to be in this job? It's very risky. She was the one that discouraged me. But the thing is that the job is easy. Oh. It's really easy. All through the time we were there, the only thing she did was give medication. And it was very easy. The prisoners, okay, let me not even jump, let me not skip. So we got to our unit. Inside the houses, there are like a very small treatment room inside the houses. So that's where you are going to stay all through the day. And then you have a police officer just standing in front of the door there, guarding you. So
So
during the
wait,
day,
so you yourself at that time you've also become a prisoner because you're being guarded.
exactly. And when
Okay.
you enter inside the treatment room, you have to lock yourself. As soon as you enter, you lock yourself in. So you are inside, the police officer is in front.
You
That's
know
it.
what that reminds me? You said you watched Prison Break, right? Do you remember the time that Sarah Tancredi was in the clinic or whatever, and then the prisoners escaped and they wanted to attack her? Do Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the other nurses, were they all agency or they're actually
No,
permanent?
most of them were agency staffs. Most of them. I think they had just maybe 2 or 3 permanent staffs, and they said they are looking for permanent staff, or they were looking for permanent staff as at that time. But these agency nurses, they were making good money.
I swear, because
Good
right now, even
money.
though I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, so 4 shifts can make me 2,000. Maybe I should ask her what agency it is and we'll go there.
I'm even thinking maybe I should call them back and tell them
I'll take their
I'm
number
ready
from
for
here. I'll
I'm
take
ready
their
for the
number.
shift now.
I'll try it.
So
I swear. I'll try it.
let me continue my story.
Uh-huh.
So when we got to the room, we locked ourselves in. Then the first thing she did was to bring out a first aid box. So they have to check the buses every shift to make sure that everything is intact. So that when you have an emergency, you just carry your bus, run down there. There's no need to start looking for this and looking for that. So we counted everything, cleaned, just did a little sterilization, disinfection, and that was it. Then we sat down and
Do
she
they
started
have
waiting.
control? Sorry, do they have control drugs there as well?
No,
They don't have control
no,
drugs.
they don't. It was just very easy, 1 tablet, 2 tablets, very easy medications, no control drugs. We sat down, we waited for them to open their doors. The prisoners came out.
They came
It's
out?
not even, yeah, they came out because it's like the house is like a compound. You know,
Okay.
back home when you say a compound,
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
have the blocks just round it, and then the middle is opened, but there's a roof on top. That's how it is. So in the middle, they just open the cell and then everybody comes out. You are in your treatment room locked up there. That's just how it
It's
is.
still risky, I swear. It's still risky.
It's
What
risky.
if the door decides to be faulty that day? God.
I will
Okay.
even get there. So they opened the door and everybody came out. Then they lined up for their.
Are they in orange jumpsuits like America?
Nope, nope.
What do they wear?
They were wearing their normal clothes. So the only way you differentiate them from workers there is they have the ID card to say they are prisoners. Apart from that, they wear normal clothes.
Okay.
Everything is the same. So they lined up, they got their medication. The way they serve the medications there, they don't have like photographic ID in your own mark sheet. You know, in the nursing home, if you go to a place newly and you don't know the residents, you can look at the photograph and you know that okay, this is this person. They don't have that. The only thing they have is the ID card number. So you
Wow.
don't even know if this is the real should I call them patient? Not patient. This is the real prisoner that is collecting the medication. The only
Why
good
don't
thing,
they have the pictures?
I don't even know. I don't know why. It would have been easier. I don't know why. They just have the ID card with number and date of birth. That's the only thing they ask. So
Okay.
no pictures.
When you went after the little orientation and then the sterilization and everything, and the prisoners came to the compound, what were you supposed to do next? They were now supposed to come for their medication. Those that
For their
were
medications, yes.
okay.
Yes.
So
So after they came out, the next thing was medication rounds. That should be around 10 in the morning, between 9-10 in the morning. So they came out, the few ones that were on medications, and the nurse would just be at the front. So I was behind her. The only thing was she was telling me to do was just watch what I'm doing today. That's the only thing. Just watch what I'm doing today. So she would just call the next person. He will step forward. They already knew themselves because she has been working there. I guess she has been working there for a long time. So she knew them. She just open, give the medication, and that is it. So they leave. It's only, I think the only time she opened the door was when she wanted to check vital signs for somebody. Because there are some that are on insulin too. So they'll come in, she'll check their glucose check, give their insulin, and then they'll go. And others that have hypertension, they will come in, check their vital signs, and go. That's just it. Every other person stays outside the door. Even we are the one that give them water. We have a dispenser there, yes. We'll give them water and give them tablets. She'll say, raise your tongue, make sure you swallow so that they will not go and hide it.
yeah,
So after swallowing it, she will do the check, like check to make sure that they've swallowed the medications, and then they'll leave. That was when she started telling me when she just came in newly that It's as if they do it to every new nurse that comes. So this prisoner A will tell prisoner B to go and collect my medication. Prisoner B will go and collect prisoner A medication with prisoner A's ID number and date of birth. At the end of the day, prisoner B will now come to the nurse and say, I've not gotten my medication. And she was like, the managers there, they know that this is what they are doing, but they can't do anything about it. So they'll have to like hold the nurse liable that she gave wrong medication to the wrong person. So because of that, she was always crying at work. She said the first time she started that every time she will go to the bathroom and cry. She wants to quit. The prisoners, they are very rude. That's another thing. They were very rude.
She a local, or was she also an immigrant?
No, she's a local.
She's a
So
local.
it was even easier on her. Not like somebody like me that was the only black, the only African there. They were already making some rude comments. What are you doing here? Go back to your country. They were very rude. Seriously. But
Wow.
what was I even expecting?
Wow.
What was I expecting?
So in that room where, like in the treatment room, when you're giving the medication, do they stand outside and is there like a window where you give you?
Yes, they stand outside. That's what I'm saying, that we have the iron door to lock us in. So they stand outside the door while we are inside the treatment room.
And then you give them the medication through the door.
Yeah, we give them medication through the door. They take it and then they leave. The only time we open the door is when we want to check vital signs or something else. Yeah.
Wow. How many hours was the shift?
It was, I think I closed around 6. It was not the normal 8 to 8. I think it was 8 to 6 or 8 to 5.
Wow. And you had that amount. Wow. Did she talk about like emergency situations? How?
Yes. She talked about emergency.
What kind of emergency situations can there be?
Fights. Usually fights. There are times that 2 prisoners will be fighting and then they'll stab each other, or then maybe they'll just stage a fight. Then you go in, and then they'll just attack you and hold you hostage. That's another thing. Because I think the reason why she was even discouraging me more was that I'm different from a lot of people there. So you are like the target. You are black. You are the target when you come in. And then she was telling me that I have to be extra nice to the security officers. Because when there's an emergency, the police officer on duty will decide to either walk to you or run to you. So it depends on your relationship with the person. There are always emergencies there. So for example, she said they used to cut like as therapy. They used to cut themselves too. There are some that have
suicidal tendencies or something like that.
Yes, that is it. So they cut themselves and they even teach them where to cut so that they are not going to like kill themselves or in the name of therapy. They teach them where to cut. Then those are like the kind of emergencies that they have there. But me, I'm not really the kind of emergency person. No. I like to plan my shift. I want it to go this way. If it starts going the other way, then I don't like the shift anymore. So that thing, that's why during my my placements in school, I hated A and E. Seriously, I hated it. You can't even post me to A and E.
Yeah, opposite. I loved A and E.
I don't like A and E at all. In my mind, when she was telling me about those things, that you have to be ready, you have to be prepared all the time, I was already like, no, I don't think I will come back. I cannot be doing this one.
On your shift, was there any emergency on your shift?
No. Thankfully.
Do you think it will be easier for male nurses to take those?
Yes, it will be easier. Yeah, it will be better for male nurses to even go. I think it will be better. She told me another story that they had one black nurse before me that came, and then the prisoner came in to take vital sign and locked her in. So they were in there together until they came to rescue them. So just imagine what would have happened. She did not.
I'm thinking rape. I'm thinking murder.
Seriously, so many things would have happened. Even it happens to her too. She herself, it happens to her when she just came into that she went to give somebody. She went to was it a wound dressing? Either a wound dressing or check vital signs. But she went to a cell to go and give treatment to the cellmate, and there are 2 in one cell. So usually when you go in as a nurse to attend to the sick one, the second one has to come out and the police officer has to go with you. So that day she went with her treatment trolley and everything. But when she got there, the police officer, maybe she was new, the police officer walked away and the door jammed together. So she was inside the cell with the two prisoners together there, alone. Police officer, she already walked away. So she was panicking. But the good luck she had was that she had a good relationship with this cellmate. So they were just calming her down. Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you.
Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my God.
They were like, don't worry, we're not going to hurt you. So they were just talking. And she's British too. So she was lucky. I kept saying, imagine if I was the one. They don't even like me in the first place. They don't like my skin. I will not go there and something like this will not happen. What will I say? That I went for a shift, then something happened. God forbid. I like money, but
Why? How come you never went back?
after hearing all the stories and then experiencing it, I was like, no, I don't think I will go back. I don't think I will go back to there. And then the distance again, that was another discouraging factor. Even when the shift ended, I could not go back home. I had to wait for somebody to take me out. Anywhere you go to, the police officer has to accompany you. We did not really do much. The only thing we did that day was just give medication, and it was very few, maybe 10 prisoners were on medication. After that, we just sat down, went for lunch, came back. Before you know, they say shifts don't finish. We should start going home. So there was really nothing much. It's just that the environment was very scary. For me that does not have mind, I didn't want to go again. But for people that are really like risk takers, yeah, they can go for it. It's very interesting.
You said lunch. Did they serve you lunch there?
Yes, the prisoners. They have like a cafeteria outside still within the prison, but outside the house. Okay. So we go outside the house, and it's the prisoners that are cooking, serving, doing everything. So they said they have like a rehabilitation program where prisoners come in, then they train them into handwork, whatever they want to do, plumbing, cooking, just whatever they want to do. They train them so that when they release them, they can go out and make themselves useful. That was a plus on their side. Yep,
and
maximum security. Everything was there. Even the terrorists, they have their own house specially for terrorists. But we did not go there. It's just when we were going to the cafeteria, the nurse was showing me that this place is just terrorists that is there. There are some. You know, the one that even broke my heart.
Somebody has carried bomb before. You were close to that person. You are bold, though. Wow.
I wanted the story. I wanted to say, okay,
you know what?
I've gone to the prison.
Something is telling me that. I know, give it a try. Something is also telling me that.
Give it a try. Because I was browsing about it again. There are other correctional centers that are easier to go to. Like there are some that are just for women, then young adults. Those ones would be better.
But the pay will not be much because the risk is not much. I think so.
Maybe.
Wow, I really enjoyed this.
Even in this prison I went to, there are some people that were waiting for their trial. So they were not really convicted yet. They just arrested them. They are just in a separate house. Even young boys and young women, they were there. But they are not prisoners yet. So
it was a mixture of men and women for the prison you went.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Wow. You done well. Wow. So for people that are inquisitive like myself that want to give it a chance, what will you say to us in your final words?
Go ahead, though. Seriously, go ahead. If not for anything, just to say that, okay, I have this experience. Just go for it. The money is really good. Seriously, if I have the chance to go back now, I will. It was then I was saying no, I cannot go back. But now I've used my two eyes to see big things. So I can go. As long as there's security, you are safe. Just like they said, be nice. Be nice to everybody. Ignore the comments that the prisoners will throw at you because they will. Just seeing you pass, they'll just look at her. She's so ugly. What are you doing in the UK? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So go for it.
I see. I will. Thank you so much.
You make a lot of money.
I can't wait to post this video actually. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed. Guys, head over to Scholastica's channel. Give her support. She has so much good content.
Thank you.
The link to her channel is in the description. Check it out. Okay. And thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you.
Time.
Thank you.
By the way, your baby is so beautiful. Your baby is so beautiful. Hey,
Thank you.
is so gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.